The 1960s, a decade synonymous with change, rebellion, and a certain coolness. This was particularly true in the world of automobiles. The 1960s weren't just about cars, they were about a revolution on four wheels. This era gave birth to the golden age of sports cars. It was a time when cars stopped being just transport and became statements. They reflected newfound freedom, booming economies, and a desire for something more exciting than the ordinary. This wasn't about sensible saloons or practical hatchbacks. This was about raw power, sleek designs, and the open road beckoning. Buckle up, because we're taking a trip back to a time when chrome was king and gasoline was cheaper than bottled water. Probably. The 1960s were a cultural revolution. Think rock and roll, think youth culture, think a world breaking free from the shackles of the past. This revolution found its perfect expression in the cars of the time. Designers drew inspiration from this new, vibrant world. Cars became lower, sleeker, and more daring. They mirrored the jet age with their aerodynamic lines and futuristic details. It wasn't just about looks. The post-war economic boom meant more people had money to spend on things like, well, cool cars. The sports car became attainable, a symbol of success and a ticket to freedom. The 1960s produced some of the most iconic sports cars ever made. These weren't just machines, they were legends on wheels. Take the Ford Mustang, for instance. Affordable, stylish, and as American as apple pie, and, well, whatever else Americans like. Then there was the Chevrolet Corvette, a true American icon, all-powerful V8 engine, and curves that could make a bishop blush. Across the pond, Jaguar was busy building its own legend, the E-Type. A masterpiece of design, it was called the most beautiful car ever made by no less than Enzo Ferrari himself. These cars weren't just fast, they were symbols of an era. They represented glamour, excitement, and a world where anything seemed possible. Section 4. Engineering prowess, innovations under the hood. The 1960s weren't just about style over substance. Underneath those beautiful exteriors, engineers were pushing the boundaries of automotive technology. Engines became more powerful, with innovations like overhead camshafts and fuel injection becoming increasingly common. Suspension systems improved, making these cars handle better than ever before. Safety features also started to make an appearance, although probably not to the standards we're used to today. The 1960s saw a constant drive for innovation. It was a decade where engineers and designers worked hand in hand to create cars that were not just beautiful, but thrilling to drive. Section 5. Legends of the roadmen and their machines. Behind every great car is a great mind, and the 1960s were full of them. Men like Carroll Shelby, the Texan chicken farmer turned racing driver turned car builder. His Shelby Cobra, a monstrous V8 engine shoehorned into a lightweight British chassis, became a legend on the track and the road. Then there's Enzo Ferrari, Il Commendatore himself. Already a legend before the 1960s, he cemented his legacy with cars like the 250 GTO, a car so valuable today that it makes billionaires weep. These men and many others like them weren't just car builders, they were visionaries. They poured their hearts and souls into their creations, and their passion is still tangible in every curve and every polished piece of chrome. Section 6. Conclusion, an enduring legacy. The golden age of sports cars might be over, but its legacy lives on. The cars of the 1960s continue to inspire designers and enthusiasts today. Their influence can be seen in the retro-inspired designs of modern sports cars and the enduring popularity of classic car events. The 1960s were a magical time for cars. It was a time of great innovation, passion, and some of the most beautiful and exciting cars ever made. So, next time you see a classic sports car from the 1960s, take a moment to appreciate it. You're not just looking at a car, you're looking at a piece of history. You're looking at a time when driving was an adventure and the open road was full of possibilities.